Hi, it's Kat, and I'm back. I'm going to read to you episode 2 of my original novella of Pomegranates and Daffodils, Persephone. Quit smiling at me like that, girl. This is serious, he snarled right in my face. His light blue eyes widened in shock when he focused on my wide green eyes up close. Before I could stop him, this strange man I was sure I'd never met before swipes the fur-lined hat off my head, causing all of my long, strawberry blonde hair to come tumbling down around my shoulders, falling clear to my waist. Gasping indignantly, I snatched my hat back from his unresisting fingers, thankful for the large, bulky coat that hid the rest of me from his prying gaze. It was bad enough my curls were whipping around me in the ever-present wind. The wind made worse by the traffic passing us like we weren't a hazard in the intersection. "No," he whispers, his handsome face blanching as he takes a step back. "It can't be you. Impossible." "I don't know who you think I am, but I am not her. We have never met before, I assure you," I tell him tersely, jamming my hat back on my head and haphazardly stuffing my long hair back under it as best as I could. "Now, if you'd excuse me, I need to get home. My mother's waiting for me." I was more than a little shaken up by the events leading up to this meeting. I power walked as fast as I safely could to the other side of the road, not looking back at what was clearly meant to be my death, and attempted to put the strange meeting out of my head. It took several blocks of walking through the snow, but I finally spotted my house. All thoughts of handsome strangers faded as I ran up the sidewalk and slammed through my front door. Home, safe at last. "Percy?" my mom called out from her office in her bedroom, followed by a fit of coughing. "Yeah, Mom, it's me." I hurried down the hall and into her room. She was perched on the edge of her office chair in front of a computer. Her headset light was thankfully off, indicating she wasn't on a call. "I wish you would tell me what's wrong with you," I grumble, mostly under my breath, handing her a cup of water she kept on the corner of her desk. "I've told you 100 times there's nothing wrong with me a Benadryl and some Tylenol can't fix." She smiles at me, her attempt at humor falling flat with her obvious exhaustion. Dark circles seemed to be carved permanently under her eyes, and her rich mahogany hair was now sporting a sprinkle of gray that hadn't been there 6 months ago. "Of course," I drawled, letting this argument go. This wasn't the time. I'd already survived the near-death experience with the handsome stranger and his oddly named driver. I had homework due before midnight that needed my attention more than forcing answers out of my closed-lipped mother. "We can talk about this later, Mom. I have an essay due that'll drop my GPA if I don't finish it soon. I love you. See you at dinner, I hope." Not that we had a real routine or anything. My classwork and research caused me to have odd hours most days, and her work as an insurance claims adjuster kept my mother busy with the odd schedule as well. Yet dinner was when we came together and shared our day, the ups, the downs, and everything in between. It was only the two of us, after all. My father, or sperm donor as he might be called, left my mom while she was pregnant with me. I chased him down on social media several years ago, finding him in California with his new perfect 3.5 family and a high-profile career in a beachside house. Whatever, we didn't need his loser ass to be happy anyway. Mom and I were doing better without his emotional baggage. I headed to my room, dropping my backpack on my bed harder than necessary, giving my pent-up emotions a small outlet. Stupid men, always stepping in when they weren't wanted or needed, or worse, leaving everything a ruin behind them. Who needs them? I huff at myself, taking a seat at my desk and waking my computer up. I had assignments due. The first was a stupid piece of busy work from a teacher who wanted to prove that a scholarship student at their prestigious school deserved to be there. I got these every so often. Long used to having to earn my spot, such as it was, by writing this fluffy piece of trash and being forced to submit it on a short timeline. Well, joke's on my AP English teacher. I love writing essays, and I banged this one out with 2 extra pages and hours to spare before I began working on my more important homework that wasn't due for a week. But I always earned extra credit for turning it in early. My grades and my position at the top of my class were looking better and better. I was on the fast track to graduating my senior year at high school with the highest honors and halfway through my BS degree as it was. Thank you. That's the end of episode 2. You can find me on Amazon under Vella, Cat D. Vermillion, and this is of Pomegranates and Daffodils, a modern Hades and Persephone retelling. Thank you. Have a great day.